of different times and see which sticks. But I'm certainly open to that, and I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'm open to a mid-afternoon lunch.
You don't have a job.
And also, let me say, I will add to that, because some people are morning people and some are not, we are going to be having monthly breakfasts, but we are also having monthly business after hours. So if you have a conflict with the morning time, then hopefully the after hours will work for you, and that will be a 5:30 type of time frame. And we have several people who are interested in hosting right now. We're just trying to iron out the date. So at the next meeting, there'll be more announcements.
Okay. Public comment? Mark, we haven't heard from you in a while.
I know you've been doing a good job. I'm a little confused about the annexation and the rules that govern it. I know in order for a business to grow, you have to add to the base, you have to add to the land, you have to add to the tax-paying base for us to grow. I was a little bit disturbed when I heard some discussion about ethnicity. Explain to me how you would determine whether a subdivision is allowed in if they have more blacks than whites, or vice versa. In my business, we call that redlining, and that is highly illegal. Now, in my mind, and I don't know what rules you go by with regard to annexation, but that conversation in my mind just doesn't fit. And maybe it does, maybe I don't understand what's going on. Now, I know you all spent a lot of time going over reapportionment, and that comes back every so often for that reason, to keep a balance. But you don't not grow a territory or a business for that reason, I don't think. Can you clarify that, please?
I don't know that I can. I'm sure someone up here can. Mark, I think what I have witnessed and when I ran for mayor, and I knocked on every door in the city, I found it used to be that minorities were targeted over in one area, and that was it. But if you go throughout this city today, you go through Meadowbrook, you go through Cotton Lakes, for instance, one of the newest developments that we have here, and I know you sell real estate. There's a diversity out there. There's
I've sold homes there.
Yeah, tremendous mixture. I don't know, but what you don't have more black population out there than you have white. I mean, I see it, but if you, so I think that's pretty much everywhere we go now. Up in Cherokee, there's...
Yeah, I certainly hope so, but I was hearing discussion with regarding to a couple of the subdivisions along 14, somehow coupled, maybe I didn't hear right, I'm getting real old, but I know that I heard something about black folks and ethnicity, and that should not be have anything to do with this issue at all.
Yeah, I would hope that we've made a lot of progress. I attended the MLK rally here a few weeks ago, that meeting, and I think there were a lot of good comments made about how we're coming together and we've made progress and we're working together, and that's the way it should be. That's exactly the way it should be. So I don't know anyone else want to enter into this. Chris has a military background, and there was certainly.
One thing.
Okay.
Right. The laws that we deal with now, any annexation, what we do now is by petition. Any property owner that is adjacent to current city limits can petition to us, and we can bring them into the city limits. We do an ordinance, we publish it in the paper, But then the next step is to send it to the U.S. Department of Justice, because we are still under whatever the court ruling is from about 1965. So even though we agree to annex any parcel in, it still has to be approved by justice. Now, I will say, I don't know in the past before 1994 when I came to work, but to the best of my knowledge, since 94, every annexation that we've presented to justice has been approved. I was in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa last week at a clerk's meeting, and I wish I had my notes, but there is sometime in March 3 Supreme Court cases being addressed, U.S. Supreme Court. One of them was the immigration issue. I can't remember what the second one was, but one of them was the annexation and the Justice Department law that we're still operating under. But until things change, we do have to abide by that law. So anytime that anything that we do that has to be with annexation, it does come to play because it does have to go to the U.S. Justice to be approved. So that's some of the little bit of the background on it. It's not really, it's the process that we have to use.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Mayor, can I say something?
Yes.
This past weekend was the impact tours. Friday we did the students from some of the area schools, and there's 2 people in the room that are part of the Credit Commission, and Barbara and Ms. Pace worked very hard along with all of the volunteers. We had a couple from Maryland that came through, and I asked them, how in the world did you find this place? And they read it in a magazine. So they came to Wetumpka, Alabama, to find out about the crater impact that happened over 84 million years ago, about the time the mayor was born. But I would like to compliment the staff at the Civic Center. It was spotless. They were very helpful. And I think that it was a positive thing for Wetumpka to do. And I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. But it was a good thing for Wetumpka.
It was a good event. When you picked up the Montgomery paper, which I don't do it every day, when I picked up the Montgomery paper today and turned to the second page, it was all about Wetumpka. It was about the events that took place here this weekend. We had
Susan a little credit.
yes, the murder on the menu. Let me tell you something. Now, when Coco the belly dancer showed up, and didn't realize it was Coco. Y'all remember Coco? But she's a writer, and but that was just really interesting to. Chief was there trying to solve the crime. Somebody told her it was a murder, and so she showed up, and she was kind of disappointed. She never arrested anyone, but we left there. That was a tremendous event, and we left there and went over to the Arts Center over at the old high school. And I'm going to tell you, folks, watch what those people are doing. They had a concert over there, and they had some music, and they had some musicians, and had probably 150 people there in the auditorium witnessing this. It's going to be done on Sunday afternoons once a month. Make your plans to go. My goodness, those people could pick. And they had a man sitting there picking a banjo. His picture was in the paper today. And a gentleman sitting next to him playing a tuba. You know, that big old thing. And they were fantastic. They were great. And a young lady finally, I told him first of all, I said, I don't know what it is about this, but it seems like everybody that's up here playing has gray hair or no hair at all. But maybe a requirement to be able to play. But then there was this young lady. I think her last name was Harris. If you have an opportunity to hear her sing, she can get it. She can really get it. So there's a lot going on over there. They got into all that pottery stuff now, and that stuff you cook the pottery in, or kill. And but just a lot going on over